Tammy? Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just gonna try. Trying to figure out if I can hear you on my,
You want me to talk?
yeah, hold
I
on.
mean, your headset or your computer?
Hold on. Try it again.
Am I coming out of your headset or your computer?
Computer.
Mhm.
I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah,
I was trying to kind of hoping it would be my headset, but it's my computer.
waiting on Vinny and then we can get going.
Okay. That's a bummer. It's saying it's connected. Wonder if there's something else. Well, that's all right. It is what it is.
How's the animals doing in this humidity?
Not bad. Knock on wood. It's better than the 100 degrees or 105 degrees last week.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
I know.
Mm.
So curious. Oh, wait a minute. Try it now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, and it's in my headset. There was
Yay.
a button I had to press. Okay, good. I'm happy. I knew I could figure it out. It was just a matter of time.
I feel like I could fall asleep sitting here, Tammy. I don't know what,
Oh
it's
no, you
been,
need a coffee.
this is my second one.
Oh,
And it's a what, 32 ounce maybe?
oh my goodness.
Huge.
Yeah. I had, like I said yesterday, I had to grab another coffee in the afternoon because I was just like you, I felt like I was just ready for a nap, which I never take a nap, but I
Yeah,
felt like I
this one.
needed one. So,
I never get up before 6:30. So 5 o'clock was early. And then I woke up twice before that to go use the girls' room. And I'm like, probably
uh,
got a total of 4 hours of sleep.
oh gosh.
Vinny. Hi, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny.
Hi. Oh, wait a minute.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hi.
Hey.
There he is. Hey, Vinny.
Hi.
All
I
right,
love
you
that
guys ready to
fancy background, Tammy. That's awesome.
Oh, I can't even believe I figured out how to do that. I'm so not a tech person, and I figured it out. But anyway, all right, you guys ready to rock and roll here? We'll
Yeah.
start.
Yep.
Okay. Today is July 1st. Actually, let me start by saying I'd like to call this meeting to order. It's July 1st, 2025. It's a special Zoom only meeting. It's 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. And this is a remote participation Zoom meeting. It's a public meeting being recorded for cable broadcast and internet posting on YouTube. All right, so I guess we can start by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. and we'll move on. I pledge allegiance to the
Mhm.
flag of the United
Mhm.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
Stands,
one nation,
nation,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with
liberty,
liberty and justice for all. I
Sorry.
stumbled my words. All right, board member introduction. Vinny, would you like to go first?
Yeah, Vinnie Hebert, board member, Dayton Board of Health.
Tammy Mello, Dayton board member, acting chairperson until we get our third person. All right, so first topic of discussion is the public health nurse candidates. That was a great interview I thought we had
I
with
agreed.
two great candidates. It was definitely difficult to choose or to, you know, come up with an idea of who would be the leading candidate that would work for the town. So I have somebody in mind that I chose or I'd like to choose. Vinny, do you want to start by saying what you think about the two candidates?
Yeah, I thought both candidates were very good. Certainly could do the job. But out of the two, I liked Becca Mitchell as the candidate.
I agree. I agree. I thought they were both outstanding. I really liked Becca's energy. Um, she had energy. She had vision. I thought she was great. I really
Yeah.
do. I think she could bring a lot to the table. And it just seems like, she's really, not that the other candidate, Sarah, wasn't, but I just thought that Becca had just this vision of where she wanted to go. And it sounds like she can multitask and come up with ideas and run with it. So I
Mm.
thought that was outstanding.
Yeah, she seemed very, very enthusiastic to me. Like you said, very high
Yes,
energy. Um,
yes,
yeah, I liked her. I
absolutely.
mean, nothing against Sarah. I thought Sarah was great, had a lot of experience, did bring a lot to the
Definitely.
table as well. But
Yeah,
Becker, I thought to me just stood out just a little bit more.
yeah, definitely. The only negative, I didn't, or I think not against her personally, but I think with working at the school, I think her availability, talking about Sarah, wouldn't be, she wouldn't have enough availability for us. So I thought that was one thing that worked, negatively. But I would like to, if we could, um, move along and go with Becca.
I would agree.
Okay, I'll give
So
her
can I
a
get a
call
motion?
and then,
Do we have to make a motion on that or no?
yeah, you probably should.
All right, Vinny, can I get a
I
motion on that?
Yeah, I would make a motion to recommend Rebecca Mitchell for public health nurse.
Okay, I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
I
Aye, the motion passes. Moving on to 5, old business. CNN pizza update request. It just seems like this has been an ongoing part of our agenda for the last 3 or 4 meetings. So in reviewing what we have, I am a little concerned with what we received as far as information from the engineer. To me, it just seems like there's really not much there. I did read a report from Jerry. I just am a little concerned about the engineer and his experience. It doesn't sound like he has any in Title V or in what is needed um, to write a good report regarding this particular issue.
Mhm.
So I am a little concerned with that. What do you think, Vinny?
um from the last meeting, we asked them to submit the pieces that were missing in order to go forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we still know if they're doing, 2 1 bedrooms or the 2 bedroom like they were going to do, or they wanted to do two bedrooms, I think is what it
Two
was, right?
I
bedrooms is what
think,
they want.
yeah,
So
yeah.
have we heard anything back from them on that? Have they revised that?
That was
I
their
don't
original
think they
request.
have the two bedrooms.
Yeah,
And then I think, Matt had said that he would approve 2 1-bedrooms.
Right.
In his report, and then reading, what Jerry wrote, the last meeting. I don't think, Liz, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we ever got any, reports, saying that regarding the grease, removal.
Right. That was a part of the deal, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like they had any of those records,
yeah, they
that no
didn't
one
have
has
any
come
pump
to us.
records.
And thank you, pump records for that. So that's a little concerning. How about for Brittany Soares? Did we get the part of the report that was missing?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so that's all set, so we can at least scratch off that one. I just feel as though, me personally, I feel as though we need to get some guidance on this, before we make a motion, to pass this. I think there's some missing pieces, as far as the engineer's report. Um, I mean, looking at this report, it's really short,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I don't feel comfortable, with the report that we received from this engineer, and I just feel as though we need some, more guidance on this issue.
I would agree. I mean, the 4 things that Jerry had mentioned were annual Title V inspections, adhere to Title V requirements for the grease trap pumping inspection and maintenance, look at water usage reports and see if it skyrockets, if it shouldn't be much more than 500 gallons a day. There needs to be consensus for non-compliance. In other words, they can threaten to pull an occupancy permit for a repeated and continued non-compliance. So we don't have any of those updates. So I would not feel comfortable voting to approve that either until we know about the Title V, we know about the grease trap. We probably want to see like what is the water uses. I think the previous report they said was 100 gallons a day, maybe even a little less than that. And then let them know that, if we do go forward, we can pull the occupancy permit if they, if there is no non-compliance there. We don't have any of those pieces, and I would not feel comfortable voting in the positive for this at this time.
Mhm.
I can
right.
request Jerry come to our next meeting on the 24th.
That would be great. I think we need more professional guidance. Like I said, it's just a little concerning, with what I'm hearing from Jerry, about the background of the individual who was the hired engineer. And looking at the report, that he sent us, it doesn't seem, something seems like it's missing, and
Yep.
it's concerning. So
It's
I
very minimal.
just,
Jerry, I think
yes, very
Jerry's
minimal.
very minimal.
So I think before we, take a vote on that, I would just like to have more professional guidance, on that. So
I would agree.
if I can get a motion to, table this into our next meeting and, invite Jerry to the
Yep,
meeting.
I would make a motion to table the CNN pizza permit until the next meeting and get Jerry, the engineer, to give us further guidance and let us know where all this stands.
So I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So we'll talk about that our next meeting. New business, Divine Septic Installer, his hauler's license review. So again, this is another concern. Liz, if you want to just give us a little bit of information on that. I know that you had a little bit of information to
Yeah,
share.
so since the incident on Milk Street, it's been noticed that, he did the work without pulling a permit. And going back looking for pump records, I couldn't find any that he submitted. Then septic haulers are supposed to submit monthly reports. the last time I got a report from them was when I requested it. And it was back in 2024. And then
Okay.
there was another incident. Where he just wasn't in compliance with, the town, the Board of Health regulations, so. I think our
Okay. Do you want
engineer,
Do you want to expand on that a little bit? Can you expand on that? Just so we know what was it that happened?
so he's been doing the work without permits on
Okay.
properties, and he openly admitted that to me because he said that he wasn't aware that if, something needs to get fixed, that he was supposed to get a permit.
Can I ask you how long he's been in business? Do we know that?
I think it's been quite some time, from what I understand, because Nancy was saying
Okay.
that, he used to have interactions with Todd. And
Okay.
Todd was
All
here
right. So
for 5 years.
okay. So he should at least know what is required as
Yeah,
a business that comes into the town of Dayton.
yeah,
Okay. So as I said, that is concerning.
yeah. The other thing that he said was the 1901 Milk Street. He pulled the permit, but his friend did the work.
Okay.
So he just told me he went by there and just pumped it, and somebody else did the
Okay.
work. So I don't know what's happening or what rules are supposed to be set. If he's pulling the permit, he should be doing the work.
Okay.
And when they do Title Fives, they're supposed to submit a report to the town. There's
Mhm.
$100 review fee. We send it to Jerry or whoever the health agent was at the time reviews it, and then, we document it, so we know who's
Mhm.
Title V reports. Well, somebody called for a Title V report, and come to find out Divine had done it. So I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. So I reached out to Divine, asked him to send me the Title V report, and when he did, I sent it to Jerry, and Jerry looked at it, and there was multiple reasons why this Title V should have been a failure. And Divine passed it. First of all, there was nobody living in the house for the last, I want to say it was 9 months, so there was no way of water usage to figure out the Title V
Okay.
aspect, and there was no power to the house. So he couldn't even test the alarm to see if it was working or not. So Jerry was concerned and brought it up and said that, we should definitely have conversation with Divine to ask him, why he's been doing what
Okay.
he's doing.
Okay. So I would like to recommend that we invite him to our next meeting and ask him all these questions. And if he fails to appear again, like the last meeting, he said he couldn't be here. He needs to make it a point to be here at the meeting because this is important. Should he fail to appear again, he'll have at least plenty of time to plan for this meeting. And if he doesn't appear, then we suspend his permit to do business in Dayton until he can appear.
That's what Jerry had recommended, bringing him before the board so he can explain why he did some of the things he did. So you're supposed to be submitting pump records, you're supposed to be submitting Title
Right.
V's, you're supposed to be pulling permits when you do work in town,
Right.
and none of it's getting done, so.
Yeah. It's just if you've been in business long enough, you should know the rules. So if he's doing those things, what else is he doing that we don't know about? So that's again, sort of a red flag.
Hmm.
So what do you think, Vinny? What are your thoughts?
I would agree. I mean, it's almost like he's thumbing his nose at, the regulations and he's been in business long enough, so he knows what he needs to do. And, yeah, we bring him in front. I think we bring him in front of the board. The downside of this is the poor people at 1901 who hired him, right?
Right.
Because we might have to say, look, what he's done is unacceptable. You're gonna have to find somebody else to do this,
Mhm.
job.
Yeah.
And
So
they
it
still
might be
haven't,
worth,
they're supposed to submit a Title V report. We're supposed to find out if that system's working. So I'll call, I believe her name is Colleen again, to see if they have scheduled a Title V.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
don't know if the work Mr. Devine did is even enough to have that system pass.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I probably communicate that to the owners at 1901 as well, and let them know, where this stands is like, you know, it's not our fault that, you hired this person who's not doing what they're supposed to do, and you should know, if you've been in business that long, what you're supposed to do and permits that you're supposed to pull and how things are supposed to pass, and to submit reports so that they can go forward with what they need to do on their end. But I think we should let the owners know that. And if I was the owners and the person that I hired isn't doing what he's doing, then we would have a problem. I'm paying you this money in order to do this. You're supposed to be above board. You're supposed to be licensed. And you're supposed to know what you're doing, as far as pulling permits and submitting reports. And hopefully they can do that, and then that can get settled. And then we can deal with Divine, after that. We could say, like what Tammy said, you got to come in front of the board and explain, why this hasn't happened just one time. This has happened a few times. Going forward, we're not going to tolerate it. And, we'll give you a pass on this one if you do the right things and submit them in a timely manner. But in the future, if it happens, then we're going to pull your permit, and that's it. That's my
Agreed.
recommendation.
Agreed.
Because
Okay. So
to me, it really hurts the people that are hiring him. Not that we're
absolutely.
a consumer protection agency, but
Right.
for them to do that and have us reject it based on shoddy work, isn't acceptable.
And not only that, Liz should not have to chase these people for
Right.
reports. It seems
It's
like
not,
there's certain companies that we constantly have problems with and we have to chase them for paperwork. That's not what Liz's job is. They should be submitting the paperwork in a timely fashion, just like
exactly.
every other company does.
That's right.
So, yeah, I agree. So, what our plan should be is invite him to our next meeting and ask those questions, just like we both said, and go from there and
Yeah.
see where we stand.
Yeah. And inform the owners, at 1901, what's up too. And like I said, hopefully they can talk to the person that they hired and say, hey, why, what's going on here too. Because they're the
Mhm.
ones that ultimately would have to foot the bill if they have to do it again.
Right, right,
Right.
absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Okay, Vinny, can I get a motion on that?
Yeah, I would make a motion to have Divine appear at Town of Dayton's, the Board of Health's next meeting to explain discrepancies in the reports that they've submitted, and to let them know that they need to be, going forward, they need to be submitted, permits need to be pulled, reports need to be submitted correctly, or we would have to pull his license in the Town of Dayton.
I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Okay, moving on to items not reasonably anticipated within 48 hours. Liz, I believe you have something for us.
Yes, so I don't know if you saw my emails going back with a whole Delhaize. I
Yes.
requested 2 months ago for them to have their account up to current before the July 1st deadline. I've been emailing and emailing their website portal. It's all different, changed. I can't even access what the account I used to access before. Even so, I can only see like case numbers. I couldn't see payments or anything like that. So it wouldn't be helpful in this situation. But they're $75,000 in arrears.
Can you
I
just say who they are?
Hannaford's,
Hannaford's, okay,
yes.
thanks.
So I've tried to get the money. I have Serena, the town accountant, and the town administrator looped in on the emails, so they're aware of how much they owe. I mean, 50,000 of it is past due. The other 25 is current. because our prices went up, their invoices have gone up. So even though they're ordering the same amount, the bill's getting bigger with, just because the price of the bags went up. So they owe us a lot of money. And
That is a lot of money, $75,000.
yes,
Yeah.
I think that pretty much backs us in the corner and us having only one option. It's gonna cause a little bit of frustration on people, the residents, but I think we have only one option, and that is to halt all future sales for right now until they catch up and a new contract is signed, because we can't keep playing this game of, they catch up, they fall behind, they catch up, they fall behind.
Yeah.
75,000. I mean, I believe the last time we spoke about this, I want to say it was like 45 or 46, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're here again and we're saying 75.
And we
Um,
were here last year as well, before you guys came on the board. This was the same thing when I got here the year before. They get caught
It's,
up and then
yeah,
they
it's
just
too
stop
much.
paying. It's just a vicious cycle. They just keep doing it over and over again.
There's just
Good.
no reason for it. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, if somebody owed Hannaford $75,000, I'm sure
Right.
they would be doing the same thing. So, I mean,
I would make a suggestion. I would make a suggestion to give Hannaford 30 days to pay the $50,000 that's in arrears, some of it from 2022, and that current invoices, those invoices would need to be paid on time. If the $50,000 that's in arrears, since for almost 3 years, isn't paid within 30 days, then we would be forced to go to a collection agency, right? I don't know if we have one in the town or not, or we could talk to Ralph about that. And then moving forward, any purchases need to be made at time of purchase until we can see good payment history for a year. And then we could go back to perhaps 30-day terms.
The
That would
new
be my
the new contract is pay on delivery.
pay on delivery, then that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
I
Serena
like
requested
that.
it. Serena requested that the new contract be that they pay on delivery. There's
Yeah.
no more.
So, we don't, and we could be, we just be firm, but this way we're giving them a little bit of leeway on what they owe currently, but the 50,000 in arrears to me is totally unacceptable. Goes back 3 years. There's no reason for it. Hannaford is a big company. I kind of think I know why they would play a game like that, but I'm not going to state that. But I think, we give them a little bit of a lifeline, give them 30 days to pay the arrears. If they don't pay it, it goes to a collection agency. Our hands are washed. But Liz is another job. Liz shouldn't be spending her time. She's not accounts receivable. That's not her job. So,
I agree. I like that
let-
plan. I think that's
sounds fair.
reasonable. We're giving them an opportunity. We're giving them 30 days to make good on it.
Yeah.
And then after that, then we're forced to do what we have to do.
Right. And we
Last
can
time I
draft a
sent them-
letter. What I would do is like not just tell them that, I would give them the history of it. And I would also try to find out whatever person that you're dealing with, the person that you've been dealing with, Liz, is like, who is above that person? That may be easy enough to do, like going on their website and finding out who is the person that isn't above that person, and then send it to both of them so that they both know that each one has it, right?
Yeah, the
Because
last
if you-
time we sent them a certified letter and it seemed to get the point across. I believe we don't use like a collection agency. I want to say like, I'll ask Paul Reynolds, because I think he's the one that deals with it. I think they get like served by the sheriff or served by the. I'll get back to you on how the process works.
Yeah, I would think it
Okay.
would be a collection agency or of some way,
Yeah.
shape, and form. I mean, a sheriff serving you is for like subpoena or summons or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, was it constable maybe? No, maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I'll find out what it is.
Yeah,
I
but-
know the letter got, it got, some action and they paid up, but then they just slacked off again and we're right back to where we were.
Mhm.
And then the other part that you can put in the letter is that, and commonly in business, there would be a penalty if you were having late payments, especially if they were 3 years in arrears. We're not in the business to enforce that, but all we're looking for is the $50,000 that you want in arrears and make your current account in good standing. That's it, and leave it at that.
I think that's fair. I like it. It's fair. So what we can do is, we can have Liz take care of that. We will definitely put this on the agenda for our next meeting, our next regular, meeting, which Liz is when, the 24th?
24th, yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, Vinny, can I get a motion on that?
Yes, I would make a motion to draft a letter to Hannaford's for $50,000 past due account and have the current account of the $25,000 paid in a timely manner. And going forward, everything has to be paid up front, upon order.
I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We have anything else? I don't have
No.
anything.
I had the signature authorization form, the FY 26. I guess it needs to get re-signed every year, but it needs to be voted on at a meeting as well. So you and Vinny again, I guess, are gonna be the authorized signatures. So if you just want to make a motion to, keep Vinny and yourself as the authorized signers for any documents.
Yeah, I would make that motion to keep current board members as authorized signatories.
I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All
And
right,
then I
any
don't know if you
any
guys-
word on, oh, sorry, Liz, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys want to do a reorg or wait for the third member. I called Leanne this morning and asked her what the status was of posting it on the website, and she said that the selectmen are going to have it on their July 9th meeting. And then once
Perfect.
they approve, she can post the opening on the website.
Awesome, and that's just what I was just gonna ask you, so thank you.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Okay, so I will not be available from July 12th through the 20th. So anything that comes in would be would have to go to Vinny. Vinny, if you don't mind.
Not a problem.
That's awesome, thank you. And other than that, I think that's it.
So we
Vinny, you
got-
have anything?
No.
No? All right, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
I step down, I second that motion, vote.
Aye.
Aye. Adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Happy
you.
4th of
Enjoy your
July
day.
to everybody,
Thank
and
you,
I
you
hope
too.
everybody stays safe and has a great day.
Thank
too.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.